I'm in between like 17 series. We really have to get through these series because it's giving me anxiety. And I keep on picturing Sloane as Diana Agron, and I feel like that's pretty accurate. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. Welcome to another cozy reading vlog. This one is going to be part 2 of reading books on my monthly TBR to try and get through my monthly TBR, because I have not gotten through one singular monthly TBR. I don't even know if I've gotten through half of a monthly TBR ever. So we're gonna get through our series, we're gonna get through our TBR, and hopefully finish a monthly TBR. I'm in between like 17 series. 17, 18 maybe now, because I just started another one in the last video. So we really have to get through these series because it's giving me anxiety. For our first book, we're gonna be reading Powerless by Elsie Silver. I started reading this book in my last video, 24-hour reading vlog. We ended with this book and we only had an hour left. So I read up to chapter, I think it was 8, and then I read a little bit since. So now I'm on chapter 12, page 153. This is the third book in the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. I love Elsie Silver's writing so much, and I'm already loving these couples. It's about Jasper and Sloane. Let me just like let past Sarah explain. Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the third book in the Chestnut Spring series, which I love so much, and now that it's getting warmer out, I am just ready to get back into the world of Chestnut Springs cowboy romances. I am so ready for it. The couple in here are Sloane and Jasper. Sloane is like a prima ballerina. She actually ends up being a runaway bride in the very beginning, and Jasper has been her best friend for a very long time. She's the Eaton boys' cousin. Jasper is not in any way related to the Eaton boys, but he lives with them and he considers them his brothers. So you get it? All things that have really happened since then. Sloane and Jasper are going on a road trip in a car together, and you know that tension is already building. It's just so easy to read, and I love it so much. We're gonna be reading a little bit more of Powerless. So Sloane is a prima ballerina. Oh my gosh, these birds are so loud lately. And Jasper is a famous NHL player, I believe. Almost like a little bit of a sports romance, even though there's hardly any sports in this, but it's too happy. Hello everyone. So we're reading with the kittens and Ember right there, and I think my walking pad treadmill thing just got here, which is so exciting. I have been looking at the walking pad treadmills for so long. I finally bit the bullet and ordered one, and I'm so excited because even though it's a beautiful day out, I like to move when I'm doing things like watching TV or whatever, and so I finally got it and I'm so excited. So we're gonna go get it. Ta-da! I can't tell you how excited I am that this finally came. It came very quickly. I think I only ordered it on like Wednesday, and then now it's Friday and it already came. I think it's a good one. Ha! I was gonna wait for my boyfriend to get home to do this because it's heavy, but then I was like, you know what, Sarah? You could do it yourself. Strong, independent woman love. Woo! Guys, we did it! I have a full treadmill right now. Cool. Hey guys, that was a task to get up there, but it's here.
Trying to be that kid again. Hard to swallow rainbow ice cream. just vanilla flavored.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna apologize in advance for my appearance because I feel like I'm doing that a lot, but I just came back from a run, actually like half an hour ago, and then I started reading again. I started reading Powerless, and I wanted to update you because I feel like it's been quite a little bit since I've updated you. Getting through this quite a bit, and I want to sit here and read for a long time. I'm on chapter 24, which is page almost 300, 298. We are officially in Rose Hill. Things have escalated a little bit between Jasper and Sloane, our main love interest in this book. This came out before Wild Love, the new Elsie Silver book. That's out now. This came out like a year or two before now. So I know that Wild Love is about Rose Hill. We just met 3 characters. We met Billy, Mira, and Nadia. I feel like they're gonna be the main love interests in the Wild Love series that comes after Chestnut Springs. I have that book. It's waiting on my bookshelf. I'm so excited to read it, and when I do read it, I want to know if I'm right because that's my prediction. Because we are now officially in Rose Hill. Jasper and Sloane went to go visit Violet, who is the Im brothers' little sister. It is a cute little town. I think it's not as like ranchy as Wishing Well Ranch, but it is a cute town. If the characters that we just met are the ones in that book, I think it'd be pretty cool. Elsie Silver's writing, like, I'll sit down and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna read like 1 chapter and then I have to like go do something. But then it's so addicting, her writing, that I just end up reading several chapters at a time. And I love that in a book. I'm also watching Glee right now for the first time, and I keep on picturing Sloane as Diana Agron. And I feel like that's pretty accurate. So that helps the imagining of the book in my head. So I really like this book. I think I liked Heartless a little bit more, but it's also been a few days of reading this book, and I feel like if it takes me a few days to read a book, that I don't get as attached to the characters, whereas I read Heartless literally all in one day. So maybe things will change, but I am liking it. It's cute and I'm liking it. It's like slow burn type vibe, like Friends to Lovers. I just love being back on Wishing Well Ranch. And then I also actually started Ruthless Vows on my Kindle. I have the book and it's on our TBRs. I know it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I figured that I would start reading this. I haven't gotten I'm only on chapter 3. It's taking me a little bit to get back into the story. I liked Divine Rivals, but it was a little bit slow going for me in the beginning, and like the historical fantasies just are kind of slow going, but it seems like Ruthless Vows is going to be more about the mythology of it all, like Dacre and Enva, I think, are the 2 gods that are at war right now in the Letters of Enchantment duology. If you read Divine Rivals, you know how it left off was quite a cliffhanger. Not much as far as the romance have like happened yet, because they're really just focusing on like the god and the war and everything like that. But now we're gonna read a little bit more of Powerless. Hello everyone. It's been quite a bit since I've updated this vlog. I've just been so busy lately. It's getting to be summer and things always happen so fast when it's getting to be summer, and I always have like so many things I have to do to get in line before summer starts, especially because I'm going on a very big and very exciting trip in a couple months, so I have been getting that sorted as well. So I finished Powerless. Yes, I think I ended up giving it a 4.75. It was so good. It's Chestnut Springs, it's Elsie Silver. Of course, you know it's gonna be amazing. I think it just didn't get a 5-star like the other one. My favorite one is like the second one, and looking back on it, I would give the first one like a 4.5, second one a 5-star, and this one a 4.75. That'll be like my order. So it's very fast-paced and easy to read. It was so sweet. It's a Friends to Lovers, and I feel like that's why it's not a 5-star, because Friends to Lovers is like a good trope, but I don't know, it's just not always my favorite trope. But Jasper is such a supportive, loving boyfriend in this book. He's just always there for Sloane and has her needs at the forefront of his mind, and you could tell that he is just always thinking about how to make her comfortable, and it is just so sweet. And I love Chestnut Springs, and I loved this book, so I can't wait to read the next few. And then I started Ruthless Vows. I took off the dust jacket because whenever I read hardcover books, I always take off the dust jacket just because it's annoying to me, but I'll have it here. Chapter 19, page 141. I am really liking this. I read Divine Rivals, I think, in another vlog. I liked it. I didn't love it. Like other people like loved it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. I gave it like a 4.25, 4.5. It was good. It was really good. I'm actually liking this one, I think, a little bit better than Divine Rivals. I don't know, just because it's like going faster. The pacing is a lot faster than Divine Rivals, which I think I realize is such an important thing for me, is the pacing of books. If the pacing is too slow for me, then I get bored very easily and I get distracted and don't want to read as much very easily. And with historical fantasies, which is what this is, I feel like that is something that can happen, and I feel like that kind of happened in the middle of Divine Rivals, like in the very middle part where it was kind of like slower for me. This is not slow for me. The chapters are short and easy to read. It is not so much about the romance as Divine Rivals was, because if you know what happened at the end of Divine Rivals, without saying too much, it's kind of like a Catching Fire. No, is it Catching Fire or Mockingjay? I think it's like Mockingjay, like kind of like Mockingjay of Hunger Games, if you know what I mean. If you tell me if you read this, if you see that too, because I kind of see like Mockingjay from Hunger Games. It's not so romance heavy, it's more heavy on like the war and Dagger and Emba. I find that interesting. I like that like sort of political element to fantasy books, and this does have a lot of that. But you know, there's also the Letters of Enchantment. It's a Letters of Enchantment series, so there's also the magical letters being passed back and forth. I am really liking this, and I can't wait to read more of it. I feel like the pining in here is so good and wholesome in a way that I am thoroughly enjoying this book, and I am really thinking about finishing it tonight. We're gonna read some more of Ruthless Vows right now.
You tell me that you'll be here when the summer starts to fade away. Cross my heart up to die, but I know that you can't be making any.
Also, Rebecca Ross's writing is just so beautiful and like lyrical, and I love it. It's almost reminding me of like Catafall writing. Just the way that she writes is so pleasing to some part of my brain. Like, this is a perfect example of this sentence. The stars had glimmered overhead like devoted guardians, the western constellations guiding them onward like an arrow set to a bowstring. That is some beautiful descriptive writing.
Brought a knife to a gunfight. Now we both got blood on our hands. Float like a butterfly, you sting like a bee.
It seems like everything's like coming to a head, but it can't be, because I still have a lot left, so I don't know. But it's interesting. I like it. I am very, very into it. Hello, welcome to a new day. I wanted to update you on Ruthless Vows. It is taking me a lot longer to get through than I originally thought it would. I'm on page 264, chapter 37, and I still have this much left. I think it's over, yeah, it's over 400 pages, so I still definitely have a lot to go. It takes me a little bit longer to get through historical romance, fantasy type books, and the writing is a lot less action-y. I like it more than Divine Rivals for sure now. The author is definitely focusing a lot more on conflict and the war. We're getting to know more about Roman's family and Iris's family. Iris is starting to like have dreams, that's all I'll say, that are like little clues, I think. It just put together how they're going to like win this war, because I'm assuming they're gonna win it because this is the last book. I really hope they're gonna win it. So because there's not a lot of romance, I feel like when I do get those little slivers of it, I am just like eating it up, and I love it so much. It does like have some beautiful quotes. Rebecca Ross has such beautiful writing. Let's keep going.
You keep changing up your mind like spin the bottle, playing hide and seek with all your problems. And I've been losing sleep 'cause you promised no take backs. Everything was golden back in August, Russian roulette with me.
Okay, so I want to put on my high school English class hat for a second. Something that I'm really noticing as like a theme in this book, the sun is like crazy right now. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, the sun's a little bit weird. Censorship. Like, censorship is a huge theme in this book. And Iris and Roman and Addie, they are the press. Dagger? I don't know how to say his name. Like, Dagger, I think, is very much trying to censor everything that the press puts out, because they're like the propaganda and everything. The censorship of the press is a big theme, and how one of them has to do what a god says in his favor, and one of them is sort of resisting that god, and it's like very dangerous to be resisting that god. There were soldiers going through books in houses, ripping out pages of like myths that can never be recovered, and things that the god didn't want them to know. I think that's a huge theme in this book, and I feel like I just need to say that because it is just like so prevalent in this book. I'm on page 170, no, 370, almost the end. This chapter that I'm reading right now is really interesting because it's sort of like giving all the point of views of all the characters we met throughout the second book and the first book, as two main characters, without saying too much, are going to do something intense, and I could totally picture it in a movie scene. It's little passages of everything that each of the side characters that we've gotten to know and love throughout this series, what they're doing as these, like, the clock is ticking, so to speak. And I could so picture it, that intense music going behind it, and then there's like flashing to all the different characters and what they're doing before the big event. And I don't know how else to describe it, but if you know what I mean, let me know, because I could like so picture it. Like, you know, like the zoom outs and the zoom ins of what each character is doing, and this story, like, super intense moment. I am loving this book, by the way. I'm almost done.
Remember when you said this is what you wanted, no take backs.
1, 2, 3, Hi. So my camera is blinking its battery at me right now, so hopefully we can get through this outro. I just finished Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Officially, such an amazing conclusion to Iris and Roman's story. It was sad in some parts for sure. It made me cry, it made me laugh. It was I just like felt it so deeply. I love when books can do that to me. They just make me feel all the emotions, good or bad, and this one definitely did. The pining and the longing between them, it's like a wartime love. Like, that's literally what this is like, a wartime love, and just like stolen minutes and stolen glances to each other. It just had that vibe, and that's what historical fantasy does, I guess. It's only my first historical fantasy, but I really, really like this. It was slow at some parts, but the ending picked up so fast, and I could so clearly picture it in my mind. Like, I hope this turns into a movie, because I could so clearly picture the ending and exactly how it could be shot. Just Rebecca Ross's words are beautiful. I have so many amazing quotes in here. It made me fall more in love with Iris and Roman. Like I said, in Divine Rivals, I was like, I liked it, but I didn't love it. This made me fall more in love with Iris and Roman, 100%. And I just... it was just so good. It was so well written. With that being said, I think I'm gonna give it a 4.75. Like, you know, just shy of a 5-star, because it didn't give me that 5-star feeling, but it was, oh my god, it was so good. Honestly, read this book. Like, I've waited so long. If you've been waiting to read this book, if you haven't read this sequel and you've only read Divine Rivals, I would highly recommend you read this book, because it is a wartime romance, but oh my god, it was so good. And Iris is an amazing female main character. So strong, so brave, so smart. So is Roman. He has his own trials to deal with. So yes, that was Ruthless Vows. That is the end of the Letters of Enchantment duology. I want to read it again. I want to read this entire series again already. It is so amazing. So that was our second book we read. Our first book we read was Powerless, which, like I said, also so very good. I love Elsie Silver. I love the Chestnut Springs. Ruthless Vows was a little bit dense. Like, the writing was dense, I feel like, but it was beautiful and like very flowery. And Chestnut Springs is just like a fun, beautiful romance. I'm so happy we read these two books. If you want to hear my thoughts more about Powerless, I said a lot during the video, so I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I did just post my May wrap up, and this book is in there with more of my thoughts, so go check it out if you haven't already. We can check off on our Notion the entire Letters of Enchantment series, or the duology, I guess, and also book 3 of the Chestnut Springs series. I am so happy to do these continuing series vlogs. I'm so excited to read more. This got me out of like a reading slump, these books, and I love it. That is gonna be it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!